eternity in heaven. I have a little granddaughter that's now 12 years old, about as big as this. She looks like a second grader. Last year, she had not received Jesus as her Savior. Christmas, not this Christmas, Christmas is years ago. We gathered around. We don't usually talk a whole lot when we gather around. We talk about the Christmas story a little bit. But last year I said, I want each one of you here to share about when you got saved. I knew she had never made a profession of faith. She's sitting in her daddy's lap. And so we all shared, everyone went around, all shared about when they got saved and came to her. She had whispered in her daddy's ear, and she whispered, I'm not saved, but I'm thinking about it. 2 months later, she got saved. And I want to tell you, if you've got somebody in your family that's not saved, you need to take it very seriously. Because there is a hell, there is a heaven. And you need to do whatever you can do to reach them for Jesus Christ. Listen, if you live in this community and they live in this community, if they live in this community, you ought to be writing their name down on the back of one of those cards and turning them in, because they need to be visited. You say, well, I might offend somebody. Well, that doesn't make a whole lot of difference if eventually they get saved, does it? What you'd rather do, offend them a little bit here, or let them die and go to hell? I tell you, it is important for us to realize that the person who tries to live his life without Jesus is going to die and go to hell. You understand that? Look what it says in Revelation 20. Revelation chapter 20. You're familiar with this, but please let it soak in. Revelation 20, beginning in verse 11. I saw a great white throne, and him who was seated on it. Earth and sky fled away from his presence. There was no place for them. Now just let that soak in. Verse 11, just let it soak in. I saw the great white throne, and I saw him that was seated on it, and earth and sky fled from his presence. There was no place they could hide. No place they could hide. Listen, there's coming a day, if you're here this morning and you don't know Jesus, when you're going to face him, and there will be no place for you to hide. None. No way. No place. No thing that you can get behind or present as an excuse. You may say now, well, I want to tell you, I've got my own plan alone. The only plan is Jesus dying on the cross. There's another verse, verse 12. And I saw the dead. How many of them? Well, there were some small and some great, standing before the throne, and the books were open, and another book was open, which is the book of life. And the dead were judged according to what they had done, as recorded in the books. You see, lives are recorded. Opportunities to be saved are recorded. Failures to receive Jesus are recorded. Resisting God's call, God's precious touch, are recorded. So he said there, it was written in the books. And then notice verse 13. The dead, or the sea, gave up the dead that were in it. All those who died at sea. Well, the fish eat the flesh. The bones were consumed. Well, there's no trace left of them. But God knows where they are. He will call them. And death, all those who have died, and Hades, the realm of the dead, gave up the dead that were in them. And each person was judged according to what he had done. Now that's pretty inclusive, isn't it? There will not be a lost person who will not present themselves before God at this judgment. Not one. No exception. No king, no poor person. No billionaire, no dollarless, penniless person. No successful person, no unsuccessful person. You see, educated, it does not matter who you are, on what end of the scale of social realm you live, you will stand before God. And then death and Hades, after he judged them according to what was written in each of their individual books, were thrown into the lake of fire. And the lake of fire is the second death. Anyone's name was not found written in the book of life. He was thrown into the lake of fire. No excuse. Oh. Now what's it going to be like? I'm not going to read the 16th chapter of Luke, but the rich man Lazarus died. Lazarus goes to the bosom of Abraham. The rich man died and went to hell. He began to cry out, "Send Lazarus with just a drop of water. I'm tormented. It's horrible down here. Send somebody to my brother's house and tell them not to come here. Do something about their need to receive Jesus as their Savior. Do not die. Go to heaven." But you don't have to. Nobody has to. But God committeth His love toward us, and that while we are still sinners, Christ died for us. This morning, if you do not know Jesus as your Savior, you need to trust Him as your Savior. We're going to sing, "Have Thine Own Way, Lord, have Thine Own Way." You need to trust Him as your Savior. You come, Pate's going to be here at the front. You come. There are others that will help you to come to know Christ as your Savior if you need to come to know Him.